show, everyone. And as all of you know, I made it possible for everybody to talk about themselves. Who doesn't like to talk about themselves? I know it could be hard sometimes, but it's a lot of fun to do. I made it possible for you to talk about yourself on the radio. If you want to get hooked up with me, just go ahead and call the station at 602-277-5369, and we'll show you how you can get on Networking Arizona. My first guest is my longest running guest. Is 7 years. I think we're almost over 7 years at this point.
We must be, for sure.
We've been staying 7 years for about
for
3 years.
Yeah.
No, he's been on my show a long time, and I have with me Ted Watkins. He's enrolled agent since 1978. Now, don't turn the dial. Let me just say this. There is a good reason why Ted is on right now, and there's a lot of people that, tax season is over, but not for people that didn't get it done, and there's a lot of people that don't do it. There's a lot of people that get extensions, whether you are in as an issue, have an issue with the IRS, or if you don't, you can work with him. Welcome to the show. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what we're going to talk about today.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Carol. It's great to be back. I always enjoy doing radio live. So, a lot of you probably have heard me before, but if you haven't, my name is Ted Watkins, and I'm what's called an enrolled agent before IRS. And what that is, I'm licensed by the federal government, and I prepare taxes, and I also help people that have tax issues if you haven't filed for a while, or if you got caught in the meltdown and couldn't pay. I also negotiate with IRS and the Department of Revenue, and I'm actually, since I'm licensed by the federal government, I can represent anyone in all 50 states. So, but I've tried to help a lot of people, and I think I have over the years, who have had tax issues. We negotiate and put you on a payment plan, or the IRS has what they call currently not collectible, and what that means is you don't have to make a monthly payment to them. And also, you probably have heard the ads on the TV and the radio where they talk about pennies on the dollar. That's called the Offer and Compromise Program. And in certain cases, we can offer the government a percentage of what you owe, and if they accept your offer, then they just write off the balance. So it's a good deal. It doesn't work for everybody, but we can certainly, in one of those three solutions, we can help most everybody out there.
What I like about Ted is he has the sharpest pencil I've ever seen anyone have. As well, I mean, you're so meticulous about everything. Everything that you have, you give everybody information that is extensive information. Your tax organizer, which we're going to give away right here on the show, everybody should have this. I don't care if you have a problem or not. I think everybody should have this, have it by your desk, so you can see some of the different deductions that you can get and start accumulating of them now. Don't wait till the last second. Also, the record retention guide. You say that's the number one question that you get asked.
That's right,
and
for sure.
We're going to give that away as well. Ted loves to give lots of things away because he's very grateful for you to be working with him. He's gonna give you a free Walmart card or a Starbucks card. He's also going to go back for you for 3 years if you want to go see what maybe you've made some mistakes, or maybe they can find out where they can get you more money. That's for free. And also, you're going to get entered in to win a free business or personal tax return, if you haven't done one, or for 2017. That's how much he wants to work with you. And he has helped so many people. You get calls, I don't care what time of year it is. If it's here, they call me, if they email me, Carol, I'm looking for Ted, I need his help. Call us here at the station. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Call in, get entered in to win all of this. He has two Valley locations. One is in North Scottsdale. The other one is in North Phoenix. You can check him out. It's Ted Watkins, EA.com. He does free consultations. You can also call him direct at 602-363-1952 or 480-707-7670. Or call in here, get entered in to win. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, also, it's a really good time of the year for about the next 3 months from now to about August 15th for me to work with you in getting, if you haven't filed your 2016 return, or if you haven't filed back returns before 2016, it's a really good time of the year for us to work together because the pressure is a lot less now that I'm out of the tax season. And Carol mentioned my tax tax organizer if you go to my website, which is tedwatkinsea.com, and on the homepage there's a little icon, I believe it says Tax Center, and then click on that and go down to the tax organizer. It's 15 pages, but it's a kind of a one-size-fits-all. So if you own rental real estate, if you own a small business, if you have a business in your home, so it covers just about any type of tax situation. But if you spend just a couple minutes going through it, I think you'll find a lot of deductions that you might not be aware of. For example, a lot of people don't know that you can deduct mileage to your doctor, your hospital, your pharmacy. You can also deduct mileage to take your stuff to the Goodwill or Salvation and Army. And there's a lot of others besides that. That's just two little examples there. So if you spend a few minutes going through it, you'll probably save yourself a lot of tax money. And it, like Carol said, it also helps me if you go through it early, as you can get in early. And the earlier you get in, if you're due a refund, the faster you're going to get your refund. So that's another benefit. She mentioned my record retention guide. It is the most asked question that I get. How long do I keep my stuff? And
this summer you're going to be trying to clean out all your stuff.
Right.
So why don't you find out what you need to keep?
Yeah, and so you may not, if you're paying a storage facility to store it, there's a lot of that stuff that you may not need to keep anymore, and you can, I would recommend that you shred it, because a lot of it has your Social Security number and sensitive information on it. But you might be able to free up some your storage facility. I've had people keep their returns for 15, 20 years, and that's really not necessary.
There's a lot of things that you can get from Ted. He loves to give things away. You have worked with so many people, whether it's across the country, because you can't help people from anywhere. People listen from this show from anywhere, and you've helped a lot of our listeners. And again, we want to stress that it doesn't mean that that you have to be in trouble to work with Ted. There's nothing like having an enrolled agent to help you out on your taxes, whether you are in need or not. That's what they tell them how you explain to them. Explain it, Lucy. How that you can do how little it is to cost for the cost to work with you.
Okay, well, thanks, Carol. Yeah, I want to keep in mind that you don't have to have a tax issue to work with me. I do several hundred individual returns and about 150 small businesses. But if you do have tax issues, you'll find if the government has filed a tax lien against you, that's a public record. So you'll start to get inundated with mail and telephone calls. Particularly, there's most of I call them the national tax resolution companies, and most of them are in L.A., Denver, and Miami, Florida. So most of those people, when they call you up, the first thing they'll ask for is a credit card. And most of the time, they want anywhere from about a minimum of $3,500. And I've heard of a firm in L.A. that requires an $18,000 retainer to work with them.
Wow.
So, but for me, all I require is we have to file a power of attorney so that I can talk with the IRS because of the privacy laws. But the cost for that is only $175. So that's all the money that's required with me to begin working on your case. And what we do, we file a power of attorney, and then I order transcripts from the IRS and find out exactly how much you owe, and then we also find out if we need to file any back tax returns for you. So after we do that, I give you a copy of the transcripts, tell you what tax returns need to be filed, and that's, if you want to work with me, I hope you do. But if you don't, that's your only obligation. You can do it yourself. You can hire someone else.
We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk further. Ted has two Valley locations. One is in North Scottsdale. The other one is in North Phoenix. His website is tedwatkinsea.com. He's been doing this since 1978. His phone number to call direct. He does free consultations, 602-363-1952. You can also call in here, get entered in to win a free business or personal tax return. That's a $450 value free to you, a free Walmart card, a Starbucks card, and lots more. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Welcome back. We're talking with Ted Watkins. He's an enrolled agent since 1978. He has helped many, probably thousands at this point, people
that's for sure.
that you have helped, especially from being on this radio show and other people that have heard you. He can either help you if you are in trouble or if you're not. He offers everyone to get entered in to win a free business or personal tax return. So if you haven't had them done, he's going to enter you into win that. If you have for 2017, he'll enter you in to win that one. We're going to give everybody here, right from here, the tax organizer. I believe that everybody should have that. I think everybody should have the record retention guide. This is important, guys. You should all have it. Call in, get it, and then we can go from there. He's going to give you a free Walmart card, a Starbucks card, or as well as he's going to go back to 3 years for you for free. He does a free consultation. Call in here. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. You can check him out at tedwatkinsea.com, or you can call him direct. That number direct is 602-363-1952 or 480-707-7670. And keep on calling here. We want you to get entered in a win. Get these things that he's giving away. Okay. When we were at a break, there's something new that you're doing that I'm really excited about. Go ahead and tell them.
Okay, yeah. Well, I have a lot of baby boomer clients, and you may know that about 10,000 baby boomers a day retire. So what's kind of foremost on a lot of people's minds now is, how do I retire? And Social Security is only part of your retirement plan. It only pays for about 40% of what most people need. So what you should do is, if you work for a company, probably the first thing is to make sure that you max out your 401k plan. And if you're under 50 years old, you can deduct up to $18,000 a year, and if you're over 50, you can deduct up to $24,000. And that does a couple things for you. It puts that money away for retirement. It also reduces your taxable income by that amount, and most companies have a match so that you get some percentage, usually about 3% of your compensation, that they'll match for you. So you're getting a pretty good benefit every year if you can match. I know some people it's tough to do, to put that much away, but you should put away. If you can't do the full amount, do whatever you can. Also, of course, there's always the regular traditional IRA account. You can deduct $5,500 a year if you're under 50, and $6,500 a year if you're over 50. There's also the Roth IRA. Now, the Roth is not deductible from your taxable income. It's after-tax money. So you have to do, that's why I've been working with more and more people. You have to kind of sit down. You have to figure out what your income is, because if you're a higher income individual, you may not be able to do both a 401k and a regular IRA. But it's something we just have to sit down and go over. But if you can do both, I mean, you're socking away a lot of money every year. That now, of course, it reduces your taxable income today. When it comes out, though, it is in most cases it's taxable. So you have to kind of figure that out. What kind of tax bracket do you anticipate being in when you retire? But those are two things right off the bat. You can put away a good chunk of money every year. Better part of $30,000 a year if you do both.
Well, there's nothing like having someone like you, who's an enrolled agent, doing their taxes in the first place, helping them figure out what kind of what would be right for them for the tax bracket they're going to be in, to know what to take and what not to do, whether to do a Roth IRA or whether or not, whichever.
That's right. And the good thing about if you work with me, I can plug it into my tax software, and it'll tell us right off the bat, and we can do a projection based on your upcoming year's income, and we can see how much you're going to be able to deduct. And you have to kind of. Most people think that they'll be in taxes may be higher in the future. It's hard to say. It's just that you have just have to do the projection and see what it would be like. And so, but by working with me with it in the tax software, I can tell you exactly what you can deduct and what you can't.
And can you help anyone in the United States with all of that too?
I can, yes. Anywhere in the United States. I have clients in about 23 different states, so you don't have to be in Arizona by any means. I mean, we do all this by email and fax, mail, etc. So I can help anyone anywhere.
Now, we've got our lines open here for everyone to get that tax organizer. I believe everyone should have that. The record retention guide, that's the number one question that he gets asked as to what to keep. This record retention guide's 4 pages long, so it's extensive to know exactly what you'll need, what you don't need, what you can get rid of or not. He's going to enter you in to win a free business or personal tax return. That is what's a $450 value, at least free to you right there. That's if you haven't done it for 2016, and if you have, he'll do it for you for the 2017. Also, he's going to go back for 3 years for you for free at no cost. He does free consultations. He's going to give you a free Walmart card or a Starbucks card. He loves to give things away. The number here is 277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Keep on calling. Want everyone to call throughout the rest of the show and get all of these things. TedWatkinsEA.com.
Okay, and also I was talking a little bit about the retirement planning. That was primarily if you work for a company, but I also work with a lot of people who are self-employed. And actually, if you're self-employed, there's a lot, you can actually sock away a lot more money than if you're an employee. For example, there's what they call the Simplified Employer Plan, or SEP. You probably heard of that. SEP IRA, you can deduct up to $54,000, I believe it is, or put away $54,000 for 2017. There's solo 401ks, which are real popular now, and then there's also what they call simple IRAs, which you can deduct about $12,500 if you're under age 50 and $15,500 if you're over. So if you have your own business, or it's actually an incentive to really start one, because a lot of people will sock away their whole salary or their whole profit from their company in a retirement plan. So if you're self-employed, you have more opportunities for retirement plans than you do if you're an employee, although you still have quite a bit of deductions for an employee as well. So.
Well, there's a lot of people, this is a good time. Especially for those baby boomers that are they need to do something. Sometimes people think that they can retire and they find out they really can't, or they really don't want to. But starting a business could be a great way to be able to have deductions for the IRS.
Right. That's right. And so a lot of people, they may not need the income, but they start a business and they're able to pay themselves a salary or have profits coming out, and they can put most or all of that into a retirement plan to supplement what they already have from another job, say, or from Social Security. Because a lot of times I find that people, they think their lifestyles, they're going to spend less money in retirement, and most of the time that's not true.
Really?
Because people want to travel, they want to buy toys. So you find, or at least I've found, that a good percentage of the people I work with actually need at least as much income and maybe more in retirement.
Really?
Because they want to.
I always thought that it was less because you don't eat as much. You don't need as much room.
Yeah, it depends on your lifestyle. You can downsize your house and so forth, but a lot of people want to buy an RV and hit the road too, and that takes money. Or they may not want to. They want to travel and stay in a hotel or motel, but travel and lodging is expensive when you're on the road. And if you want to do a lot of traveling, you're going to wind up spending a lot of money. So they may need more income, and so that's why a lot of times it is good to start a small business, and then or do consulting or something like that. And then if you don't need the income, then you can sock away the money in retirement, and then you'll have a bigger retirement check later on down the line.
Well, Ted's been doing this since 1978. You've brought this new new repertoire to your little, this little special retirement planning that you're doing now. That's awesome. And I think there's nothing better than having someone like that has been doing it so long that can help you in all these areas and help you make those decisions before you even start doing them. The number to call him direct, he does free consultations, is 602-363-1952 or 480-707-7670. And we've got our lines open here. We want you to call in and get all these things. What are your final words?
Okay. One other thing about retirement planning, I'm not selling any investment products or anything like that. So I'm just looking at whatever the best plan for you is. Now, I do have some financial planners that I network with that I can refer you to, but I can tell you, based on analyzing your tax return and your financial situation, what's the best plan for you, because they'll try to sell you what's going to make the most commission or fee for them.
Ted, all he likes to do is help people, and that's what he's done for a long time. He's been doing this for since 1978. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Get the tax organizer, the record retention guide, the free Walmart card or a Starbucks card. Get all of the things that he's offering at 602-277-5369.